Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. A well-maintained electrolyzer is not just efficient, it is safe, sustainable, and economically viable. As global demand for green hydrogen soars, the challenge before us is not only to build more electrolyzers, but to make them last longer, perform better, and operate safer. That's where maintenance steps in not as a checklist, but as a strategy. Today, I'll share with you the top 10 critical maintenance checks that, if ignored, will cost millions in downtime, degradation, or disaster. But when done right, they make electrolyzer units reliable assets, not liabilities. 1. Stack pressure and integrity test. Proton exchange membrane stacks operate under asymmetric pressures, hydrogen between 20-40 bar, oxygen at atmospheric. If that balance fails, gas crossover occurs. And with it, the risk of membrane rupture or explosion. Gas crossover is the leading cause behind the majority of stack failure incidents. That's why weekly pressure decay checks and annual hydraulic tests are mandatory. Because replacing a stack isn't just expensive, it's disruptive. 2. Water purity and DI resin monitoring. You can't run a precision machine on dirty fuel. Water with poor resistivity introduces ions that poison your catalyst and shorten membrane life. You should monitor conductivity regularly or weekly and change deionizer resin beds every 6 months or sooner if alarms trigger. Electroosmotic drag, which carries contaminants from cathode to anode, makes this even more critical. 3. Gas sensor calibration, the guardians of safety. Every modern electrolyzer is fitted with a hydrogen leak detection, but a sensor only helps if it works. You must calibrate all hydrogen and oxygen sensors every 6 months. If these sensors fail, shutdown won't trigger. And in the hydrogen world, that's the difference between a controlled stop and an uncontrolled event. Safety is not a function of hardware. It's a function of redundancy and verification. 4. Hydraulic system pressure checks. The stack clamping system depends on hydraulic pressure. Lose that pressure, you lose stack compression, which means seal failure, leaks, and stack death. You must check levels weekly and overhaul hydraulics as recommended by the vendor. The alarms must be taken seriously, because when the clamps let go, the stack doesn't survive. 5. Cooling system integrity. Proton exchange membrane stacks running at high current densities generate immense heat. If cooling fails, your voltage rises, efficiency drops, and membranes degrade fast. Weekly checks of coolant levels and regular inspections of chillers and radiator fins are not optional, they're your first line of defense against thermal runaway. 6. Ventilation and trace heating. In cold climates, power outages are stack killers. Ice in the process lines cracks more than just pipes, it fractures your entire investment. You must test ventilation fans weekly and confirm frost protection is live after every shutdown. Trace heating isn't just for convenience, it's your insurance policy. 7. Electrical inspections and stack busbars. Voltage instability causes unequal current distribution across stacks. That's not just inefficient, it's destructive. Every 6 months, you must inspect all electrical busbars and terminals. And always wait post-shutdown, because those capacitors still hold a punch. 8. Alarm system and shutdown test protocols. System response to faults, e.g., hydrogen leaks, high temperatures, must be quick and validated. Verify e-stops and emergency shutdowns work. Maintain a full digital log. Alarms are not warnings, they are calls to action. Silence them at your own risk. 9. PRV and NRV function tests. A stuck pressure relief valve turns a minor pressure rise into a catastrophic failure. A faulty NRV can flood sensitive zones with backflow hydrogen. Every year, you must test valve seating, set points, and actuation. And you should treat them as the critical safety devices they are. 10. Dryer regeneration cycle verification. You cannot have fuel cell grade hydrogen quality without a functioning dryer. But many overlook this silent workhorse. You need to verify regeneration heater temperatures, check valve sequencing, and ensure desiccants and catalysts are within life. If a tower is stuck, it saturates. If coolant is lost, it overheats. The result? hydrogen out of spec, or worse, a safety incident on the next startup. These 10 checks aren't just procedures. They are your guardrails protecting your stack, your team, your reputation. I've seen what happens when they're ignored. Unplanned shutdowns, million-dollar losses, emergency replacements flown in from 3 continents away. But I've also seen what's possible when maintenance is treated with discipline and respect. As we scale electrolyzer deployment worldwide, let's remember: performance begins with prevention, reliability begins with routine, and safety begins with standards. Thank you, and may your stacks run clean, cold, and constant. Thank you very much for your time and watching my video. Really appreciate you sticking around until the end. Awesome. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends and give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss future videos like this. Got a question or a topic you'd love me to cover? Drop a comment below. I'm always excited to hear from you.